Well, I managed to flood my Vostok Amphibian, my Scuba Dude. I think the fault is entirely mine, because when I noticed it, there was sort of perspiration on the kind of under the crystal, which is now gone already. And at the time that I noticed it, I also noticed that the cap wasn't screwed all the way, and in fact was loose. So apparently when I was having my swimming session, I was doing it with the unscrewed cap, and so it was basically flooded, and it doesn't go now. And you can wind it, you can shake it, but it won't do anything, unfortunately. So it is due for a major repair. I think if I want to bother really, and not just replace it. But there's a curious thing, and the thing is, I opened it to have a look at the movement, and I didn't see any damage, I think, or at least not much. But the surprising thing was that apparently the movement in this regular Amphibia is actually from Vostok Europe. See? Well, at least the auto winding rotor is definitely Vostok Europe, as it says here, and maybe the entire movement too. And I have to tell you that I noticed something that was unusual, because usually Vostok amphibians have pretty noisy auto winding rotors. At least you can feel it when you shake the watch. Sometimes you can hear them, and but on this one I never heard it, in fact, and it didn't even feel like it was an automatic. It was sort of more refined. But I can say that it was that it was stellar in timekeeping performance, because I have a better Amphibia, an older and better Amphibia. Sometimes it was a little bit erratic in its, in the timekeeping function, but I used it only for swimming sessions and baths even, so it was okay for my purpose, for the purposes that I used it. But you see, the movement, well, at least the rotor, maybe the movement itself, is from Vostok Europe, and this is a 2012 Amphibia, just a regular Amphibia. On the surface, Scuba Dude type dial, and turns out it has a Vostok Europe movement. And you can see some water damage on the residue on the rotor, I think, along the rim of it. So I'm replacing it now with this one, my 2002 Amphibia. Which is, I have to tell you, is the best in terms of timekeeping. I think it is the most precise and the most sort of dependable in its timekeeping function. And but the rotor on this is pretty noisy, and you can feel it basically when you shake the watch. You just feel that it moves there, which wasn't the case on this one. Well, I thought it was pretty curious. That's why I'm sharing it with you. Thank you.